Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing this evening? It's 8:26 p.m. on Sunday evening, and this is Saturday's vlog. Is that right? That's right. And I literally just woke up like 2 minutes ago because I was so exhausted when we got home today. So I'm gonna do a real short vlog here. Squid. And just kind of a little update of what happened yesterday and today. And then I think I'm gonna wait until tomorrow when I get up, get my coffee, and then go vlog for tonight's vlog. And then hopefully tomorrow night I will be back on track and I can do a little bit of a longer vlog. So today's vlog and tomorrow's vlog will probably be a little bit shorter. Well, I know they will be. Yeah, I don't know. Like, Alex and I are both so incredibly exhausted, and he had to read this book for work. And so he was trying to get it done on the plane. I had bought him the book on Audible because he was trying to read some of it on the beach, but he didn't read much of it on the beach because we would just, like, all of us would sit there and talk. So I just woke up and he was like in bed listening and like reading and highlighting it as he went because he has to have it done for tomorrow. Anyway, or does he have to have it done for Tuesday? I don't know. He has to have it done for one of the days this week. Anyway, how are you guys doing? It is 61 degrees in Indianapolis and it is rainy outside. It's actually really nice. It's a beautiful, spring evening in Indianapolis. If you are Greek Orthodox, happy Orthodox Easter to you. I have a friend of mine that is Greek Orthodox and celebrates Orthodox Easter. Yeah, we had yesterday and today were just jam-packed, but lots of fun. Yesterday I got up, after I vlogged, I went down to the beach, had one last day at the beach. The water, it was interesting because our one friend, he was asking me, he was like, what do you think about the water here compared to Miami? And it's like, the beaches in Miami are like white sand beaches, and Fort Lauderdale is not as white sand beach. I think it really has to do the time of year that you go to. Because when we were down in Miami like a month ago or whatever, it was, the water was clear, but a little murky, like when you would get in, you know? Like not super crystal clear. This water was absolutely crystal clear, and you could walk out for like, probably, I mean, honest to God, probably, I don't know, like 700-800 feet, maybe 750 feet, I don't know, I don't know any measurements. I don't know if it's a mile or I don't know the distance, but anyway, and it was kind of like up to your calves, like you were just walking on a sandbar forever, and the water was crystal clear. You could see straight through. There was something about it that kind of reminded me, not because of the coldness of it, there was something about it that reminded me of Lake Michigan. Almost like the color of the water. Like it wasn't like when you look down, it wasn't like a Caribbean blue kind of color, like Mexico or the Caribbean. It reminded me of, I don't know how to explain it. It kind of reminded me of Lake Michigan, if you've ever been up there. But Lake Michigan is freezing ice cold even until the hottest day of summer. It's like really, really cold. This wasn't. This was nice. It wasn't bath temperature like Mexico, but it was pretty warm. I'd say it was in like the upper 70s, if I had to guess. I think somebody said they thought it was like 75, 79 one day or something in the water. It was pretty warm. But anyway, we laid out on the beach our last day, and then our friends that were a couple, they went up early because they were having dinner with his friends that lived down there. So they like went up and like took naps and changed and showered and stuff. And then Alex and I and our other friend, we like stayed down on the beach until like 5:30. It was just a beautiful day. The whole day was so nice. And then we went up, and we were gonna pack and then get ready for dinner. And we ended up breaking out like a lot of the food because we had, you know, bought all this food and we didn't want it to go to waste. So Alex made all these cheese pizza rolls, And then we brought out, like, we had all this salsa, like mild and hot sauce. We brought it out and put it into bowls with like the sour cream, and we were eating tortilla chips, and we were seeing that little area, the little TV nook in the kitchen, the three of us, and we were watching Bridesmaids on TV. And it was so fun and just kind of so relaxing. And then I went and lay down for like 40 minutes or half an hour. We got ready and went to eat dinner, and we went to this restaurant that Alex and I like, that we've had a couple times in Fort Lauderdale, which is called Casablanca's. If you've been to Fort Lauderdale more than once, you've probably heard of it. It's kind of like a famous restaurant in Fort Lauderdale. I wouldn't say like super famous, but it's like this little house, and it sits on the corner, right, like on the A1A, is that what it's called? And it's really, really good. It's like this little old house, and they have like a live piano player and singer, who, she was fantastic. I don't know if I didn't go inside, they did, so you could hear her through the whole thing, and it was like, I think it must have been a different piano player and a different singer, because the singer, she was singing like Alicia Keys, and then she sang some older stuff, but then there was like a guy singing too, that was singing like Johnny Cash, Ring of Fire. But it was really nice, and we sat on a table like outside on the street. There was like a couple tables there. They were super packed. We had to wait like 45 minutes to get a table. And what did we have? they got a brie board to start, and then Alex and I both got salads, and then our friend got scallops. She got this big plate of scallops. And then I got for my dinner, because I wasn't super hungry, so I had the salad, and then I had a bowl of French onion soup, which I hadn't had forever. I used to love French onion soup when I was a kid, and that was actually one of like the gourmet things that my mom could make. I have these bowls. I was telling Alex, I said, you know those metal bowls that we have at home that have the lid on them? I said, that's French onion soup. Those are specifically for French onion soup. And but anyway, then I had the French onion soup, and Alex had, and then I got a side of waffle fries too, which were really good. They almost were like sweet potato fries. And then Alex got an Angus burger and a side of waffle fries. We played all this different music on the beach last night, or yesterday afternoon. It was so fun, and our one friend likes country music like I do, and so Alex was asking him like who he likes, and he likes like newer people, whereas like I like kind of like older country music. And so Alex was playing this song that like none of us knew, but I guess it's like a newer song. It came out like in 2020. It's Justin Moore. What's it called? I was just playing it. We Didn't Have Much. Oh my God, you guys, I'm like totally addicted to this song. It's like, there was dirt on Daddy's clothes, putting bacon in Mama's kitchen stove, dog barking at a truck that we all know. I love country music. Anyway, and then when we came back, our dinner, we didn't get back from dinner until like 11:30. We all packed and got done. Our friends were already asleep. And Alex and I, we had to leave the condo at 4 this morning. And 4:15 we had to leave. And our friends were leaving the condo at 11 because we were on different flights. Because we got back into Indianapolis at 11. And I don't like to go to bed the night before we go on a trip or like we're flying, because I'm always afraid we're gonna miss the flight. But Alex is so good about getting us up. And so I called Tanya, I sat outside and I talked to Tanya, had like the last Diet Pepsi that was in the house. Which I don't know where, oh, we had the Diet Pepsi when we ordered stuff on the beach. I had a cheese quesadilla on the beach, that was delicious. Our friends had she had a bacon cheeseburger. Alex and I had cheese quesadillas. They were so good. They were like big cheese quesadillas too, with sour cream and salsa. Sour cream came in these little packs and salsa. But they were really good. And then, what else? I can't even think. I'm losing my mind. yeah, so I sat outside and I had a Diet Pepsi, and I called Tanya, because we went like through, I bought a case, I didn't buy a case, I bought like a 12-pack of Diet Coke, and we went through it, and there's only 2 of us that drink Diet Coke, so, it was me and our other friend, and, so then Alex and I, so finally at like 2 o'clock, I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to bed. I know Alex will wake up, so he'll wake up like 20 minutes before, and there won't be any, you know, we won't miss the plane. It'll be easy, right? So I laid there in bed. Well, I had an espresso at dinner afterwards, because they were having each a glass of wine. So I was like, well, I'll have an espresso. So I had a little espresso I like to have on vacation. I actually prefer just a cup of coffee. But when I'm on vacation and stuff, I'll have like an espresso. If we go out to dinner here or something, sometimes I'll have an espresso. I think it's kind of fun. But I would prefer just to have a cup of coffee, honestly. And so, but this espresso had, and I had forgotten this, at some places serve it this way, and I had forgotten this and I loved it. That little stick that has like, you know, the rock sugar on it, that you stir it with that. Oh my God, I love when they do that. I think it's so much fun. So anyway, so I fell asleep finally. I went to bed at like 2 o'clock. I probably fell asleep at like 2:30. I mean, to tell you, like deep sleep, like deep sleep. And all of a sudden, Alex goes, Peter. And I go, oh my God, what? And he goes, because I had set my alarm. I had set 2 alarms and it was going off. And he was like, we overslept. He was like, the lift is downstairs. And I was like, okay. And he was like, the guy said not to hurry, don't worry about it. But like, it was like 4:15 and we were supposed to be down. It was like right at the time. So we literally, like, I brushed my teeth, washed my face, threw on deodorant and my clothes, and thank God I had everything laid out, and we were out the door, I mean, probably in like 3 to 5 minutes, no lie. So we go out, we get in the elevator, and the doors close. This is never, I don't believe this has ever happened to me. If it has, I don't remember it happening before. And I think the only reason I didn't kind of freak out a little bit, honestly, is because I was like half asleep. So we're standing there and Alex goes, why is the elevator not moving? And he kept on pushing the button and we were stuck in the elevator. The elevator was not, I mean, it wasn't moving, it wasn't going down, the doors wouldn't open, we couldn't get the doors open, we were literally stuck in the elevator. And I was like, oh my God, I can't believe this. So Alex is like, I don't know what to do. So finally he started hitting this help button, and nobody like responded, nothing happened, you know? And the other thing was, if we had hit the alarm, like, because he hit it like twice, it was so loud, it would have woken up the whole building, because each condo, so we were on the 5th floor, there were 4 apartments, 4 condos in the building. Each one was a floor, so each one opened into that condo, if that makes sense. But you could hear the elevator shaft the whole, like I was, you know, my other videos, you could hear it the whole time. And so I was like, if I what do you call it? Or if we keep on hitting that button, it's gonna wake everybody in the whole building up. But at the same time, we were stuck. So finally, this guy came over the intercom and he was like, yeah, can I help you? And Alex is like, we're in the elevator and we're stuck. And he was like, you can't open the doors. And we could open the doors like this much and see like that we were still right there. We hadn't moved, but we couldn't, like the doors wouldn't open enough for us to get out of it. And Alex was like, no, we can't move. And we're stuck in here and we need to be out of here because we're trying to make a plane. It was so funny because the guy goes, how many of you are in there? And Alex goes, 2 people and 2 bags. I go, he doesn't need to know about how many bags we have. Alex goes, well, I was just telling him. So then he goes, how many people? And Alex goes, 2 people and 2 bags. And then we were like laughing. Like, just we're like half asleep as this is all going on and we're stuck in this elevator ride. So this guy, like, all of a sudden we feel this like jolt to the elevator and it's like nothing happens. And Alex goes, yeah, we're still here, that didn't work. And he goes, okay, hold on a second. And then it was like another minute or two, and then the elevator started slowly moving down, and he goes, and Alex is like, okay, we're starting to slowly move, and he's like, okay. I guess, like, I didn't know that you could do this. From like far away, he had like sent some like shock or something to the elevator, which I thought that was kind of like cool that you could do that from somewhere not in the building, right? So, yeah. So that was that, and then we got out of the elevator. We got to the airport and we were like panicked we were going to be late, but we were so early. Our plane didn't leave until 6, and you know, like, to pick somebody up from the Fort Lauderdale airport right there, like during the day, it's like you get stuck in traffic. It's like, if it tells you on your GPS it's going to be 10 minutes, it's going to be 45 minutes. That's how long the traffic is. But at 4 o'clock in the morning, there was nobody in the street, so we were literally at the airport like that quick. Bow, 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 bow. And it felt super early too. So we get to the airport and we get checked in, and there was this woman next to us, and she had her dog in like one of those things that you roll like through the airport, and the little dog was like barking the whole time. And at first it seemed really sweet, this little dog, and then she started like yelling at it, and she would like open the thing and zip it, and then she would like push him or her back, and I didn't like it. It made me uncomfortable. So anyway, we were trying to be real nice to her, because she was like, you could tell she was real embarrassed that her dog was barking, and we're just like, dogs bark, you know. But anyway, so then we get to the gate, we rush and do all this stuff and get to the gate, and we're there like literally like almost an hour early, and they come over to the announcements, and they're like, the pilot for our plane, and I almost at that point I was like, I'm not supposed to show up to the airport today. It started feeling like very Final Destination to me, like I wasn't supposed to be there or something, you know what I mean, if you've ever seen that movie. And I don't like to be superstitious, but it just felt weird to me, like, okay, maybe I'm not supposed to be on this plane or something. Because we get to the airport, and then the flight attendant came over to the airport, or the little thing, and said that the pilot for our plane couldn't come today, and so they were trying to get somebody else to come in and fly the plane. And I'm like, okay, we overslept, we got stuck in the elevator, and now the pilot is not here. Like, maybe I'm not supposed to be on this flight, you know what I mean? And I started kind of getting a little freaked out about it, honestly. So I told Alex, I said, I'm gonna go walk to one of these stores and get some candy or something. I was gonna get some M&Ms. So when I get on the plane to watch my movie and get something to drink. But I was gonna get like a bottle of water. But none of the stores were open. Not one of them were open yet. So that didn't happen. So anyway, I came back, and then I was sitting there waiting, half asleep, and one of the pilots showed up, this older guy. And our flight was completely fine. But anyway, so we flew from Indianapolis to Charlotte, and then Fort Lauderdale to Charlotte, and Charlotte to Indianapolis. It was nice. It was not an easy flight. She said that they were full, but they were not full. It didn't seem full to me. And from Charlotte to Indianapolis, I watched the movie Shoplifters of the World Unite. Oh my god, you guys, so I loved this movie, but it was so cheesy, corny. It was dumb. The dialogue was bad. It just was, the whole movie was not well done. It reminded me a lot of back in the day, if you ever watched the movie, what was the movie with Steven Tyler's daughter? I can't think of her name. Empire Records. It reminded me kind of Empire Records a little bit, but it was like, the dialogue was way cheesier and cornier. And it's 2021, not 1995, you know? So it was about the day that the Smiths, the band The Smiths, broke up in 1987, which the Smiths are probably, if I had to list a favorite singer, and my favorite singer of all time, I would probably say is either Bob Dylan or Stevie Nicks. If I did list a favorite band, no, it wouldn't be Fleetwood Mac. I know people would be surprised to hear that, but it would be the Smiths are probably my favorite band of life. And so it was the day that the Smiths broke up. Morrissey, you know, and the Smiths and all that stuff. I know that he's made a lot of wrong statements in the last couple of years. I don't support him as a person, but I do love the Smiths music and a lot of Morrissey's old music. So it was the day that they broke up, and it was like 4 friends that were like devastated over hearing this news, and one of them was going into the military the next day, and one of them was like in the process of kind of coming out, and he had a girlfriend who like looked like Madonna. She dressed like Madonna. And they all, it was so weird like watching this show, because like they got the clothes so down on how people dressed like during that era, all except for like the main character. She looked like somebody today trying to play somebody that would have been like in 1987. But anyway, so it was like these 4 friends, and they were trying to get their one friend completely wasted because it was his last day before he went into the military, and it was the day the Smiths, and so like a lot of the dialogue and like the lines they would say were lines from songs, which was corny. And then what else? I can't even think what else. Oh, and then this guy that she knew that worked at this record store, the CD tape record store, where she went and she would steal tapes and stuff from. He like went and held up this record station, or this radio station, and it was like a rock DJ station. The whole thing takes place in Denver, and he held up this Denver radio station and that played like rock music, and he made the DJ like play the whole night like Smith's music. He held him up at gunpoint, and then like he and like the DJ became like friendly with each other, and it was like this kind of like mentoring moment kind of thing. The DJ was like older, and he was like had a long ponytail, and I thought it was that guy from that Joe Maglione or whatever his name was from, it might have been even, actually, I didn't look. If it was not his finest moment, but that was probably one of the only roles that was actually kind of endearing and funny. It looked like that guy from True Blood, you know. Anyway, I watched that on the way there, and then on the second leg of our journey, I watched this movie that I had downloaded for free from Amazon Prime, and it was called the Mary Celeste horror movie. Horror. Scary movie, horror movie. That, it was about this woman, and this ship had gone missing, and like in the 1800s or something, and she thought she had this idea about this rip in the universe. Don't watch it. It was bad. It was real bad. This rip in the universe where people like went through, you know. So I watched that, and then I started watching the first episode of Them again, which looks really good. I only am like 20 minutes into it, but it looks really, really good. And then we got home, and we both were like, this is like the last hour of like a very long road trip, because we were so exhausted. And Alex was really hungry, and he was like, do you want to get brunch? We always get brunch on Sundays, you know? And I was like, we can, but I'm like literally about to fall asleep right now. And he was like, well, do you want to take the bags and stuff home and lay down for a little bit and then go get brunch before they close like we usually do? Or do you want to go eat now? And I said, if we eat now, we're going to have to wait, because it's like the after church crowd and stuff. So we went home, and we got home like right at noon, and after getting our bags and stuff off the plane, and then we lay down, and I was out. I got up at 2. We went and had brunch, and then we went and picked up the little doggies. There's like only like on Sundays the kennel is only open for like an hour to pick up the dogs. So we went to go pick up the dogs. They were so excited to see us. Alex, you know, doesn't usually go with me when I get the dogs, because he's usually working in the afternoon. So he was real excited to see how they acted and stuff, and they were so sweet. And then brought them home, and then we all 4 of us lay down until we snuggled together a little bit with the dogs, because they were so sweet and stuff, and they missed us. And Boo Radley was so tired. You could tell he was like trying to keep his eyes open. So we laid down, and I don't know, like 4:30, I think. No, it was right before 4. It was like 10 till 4. Yeah, that, because we would have picked up the dogs we got there early. I got there about 3:20, I think. So we got home like a little bit before 4. And I was like in bed. I set my alarm for 6:30 and I got up at 8. I was like, oh my God, I'm so tired. And that was that. And I slept so good. And Alex kept on saying, I don't know why we're so tired. I don't know why we're so tired. Well, because I got like an hour of sleep last night. That's why I'm so tired. He slept on the plane the second half. The first half he like read the book and stuff, but on the second half he like slept on the plane. They gave us these little cookies that were good. They were like, I don't know what those cookies are called. I can't remember. I just sent them to Alex on the plane. What are they called? Fig Newtons. They were like Fig Newtons, but they had raspberry inside of them. Alex actually ate one while we were in the car. Here, he brought it from the car. They're called Nature's Bakery. Oh, Fig Bar. Raspberry. They were good. Flight attendants were really nice in the planes, and it felt different though, flying like home that early. Like I told Alex, I said, because we usually fly back really late, but we were using these airline credits that we had from canceled trips, and so Alex, like, there's only certain flights that you can use them for. And so Alex was like, would you rather come back at like 6 in the morning or 7:30 p.m.? Well, we usually always come back late, right? And I don't mind it, like, because then you have one last day. But the problem was we were staying at this Airbnb, and we didn't have anywhere to keep our luggage for the rest of the day. Plus, we weren't the ones that rented the car. So, there was really, like, we could have Ubered it to the airport, but for one last day on the beach, it was whatever. And so Alex was like, well, I would prefer to come back at 6 o'clock in the morning, because then I have a whole day before I go to work. I was like, babe, if that's what you want to do, let's just do it, And he was like, okay. So today, when we were coming back, I said for future trips, like when we were eating brunch, I said for future trips, I guess it wasn't during the trip coming back. I guess it was at brunch that I said this. Anyway, I said for future trips, I don't know that I am sold on coming back early. Like, because you're so tired that the whole day just kind of seems like a waste. Like, I feel like I've just been like zombie through this whole day, Oh well. Oh my God, this battery is dying. How is that even possible? All of my batteries that I took 2 batteries with me are both charged. Well, anyway, I was only going to film for like 15 minutes, and it's at 27 something, so almost 28. So I'm going to get off here now before the battery dies. That was about our day. Now I'm starting to get my second wind a little bit. Maybe I'll see if Tanya wants to get a fountain pop. I'm going to go home, get this vlog up, and see if maybe Tanya wants to get a fountain pop. And then I will be back tomorrow with my next vlog. Anyway, thank you guys for watching while I was on vacation and keeping up with what we were doing. And if nobody else has told you this today, I love you. And I hope that you have an amazing start, amazing beginning to your week, and that you are refreshed and renewed and rejoicing in the amazement of the week ahead. And yeah, anyway, I hope you are refreshed and renewed for the week ahead. And I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Love ya!